Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, been holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a
Hello. How are you? Has your day been crazy? Cherry, you're watching Mulan? I love it. Sorry, between me and Mulan, I might go with Mulan. That's a solid choice. Right, Vicky? Green tonight. Green for Vicky. What color will you be? Sound off in the chat to find out. Bill, hi. Nice to see you. I just realized that I've had my hair up like, oh yeah, look at that. That's, oh, look at John. Look at that, John. Hi, Manny. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for the Mac, you're pink. Oh, Mac around here, well, you know, that is very good luck indeed. Very good luck indeed. Oh my gosh. Okay. I hope that everybody's doing so good. Hi, Oki. Thanks for coming on Raiding with John. I can hear John's voice. I don't do a very good John impression. But I love it. Thank you for being here. And we have to get going because I'll tell you what. Flu powder. This is like a law of hearings. Judge Pause is what we're calling him, or what I'm calling him. I'm in charge of this naming for right now. And he pauses all the time. It's so constant. Anyways, Thurston County protection orders.
Court is now in session. Commissioner Jacobs still.
Now in session.
Please have your seats, everyone.
You two at home, unless you'd rather be standing, of course. Go right ahead and do that. KC.
Good morning. This is the Thurston County District Court Civil Protection Order calendar. First thing we're going to do today is take attendance and address.
Mikey rate of 1? That's mean. Hi, Mikey. Also, we're going to take attendance. Do we have to? Can we skip attendance? Sometimes attendance actually like means something in court though. Oh my god, like look at that hair. Holy shit, we got to go back. This looks like Mikey's hair sometimes. Just spiked right up at the front. And he swears to Creed no product.
And Mr. Rainey, you're free to go as well. So we will have the hearing next Monday at 9.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you.
See, we missed something by skipping forth in the attendance. We missed it, but I don't know what. Oh, Mikey, did you come over from John's? Oh, no, it was a Mikey Ray. Oh, my God. His hair. Is there product in his hair, do you think? Look at my hair just, like, flattening as we speak. Oh, other way. This judge kills me.
All right. And next we've got Tim and Tricia Coffeen, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
all right.
Coffeen, I remember.
And today was the hearing scheduled with Jax Kern Gill. Do we have Mr. Gill present?
We defo talked
All right.
about
Any
this
luck
last
on
week.
serving Mr. Gill?
I haven't heard anything, Your Honor.
Okay.
Huh?
I know an address was the issue. I'm multiple attempts.
All right, and you were working with the sheriff's department for service, is that right? Yeah, okay.
I believe there hasn't been any success because multiple.
Let's see, there is a temporary order in this
Hi,
case,
Erica.
that's right. So one thing you can do, I can't offer you legal advice, but if there's been multiple attempts at service, the rules do provide for certain ways of alternative service. And those are outlined in the statute, ways to do that. And so without service on the respondent, we're unable to move forward today on the hearing. But there are ways for alternative service if unsuccessful attempts at personal service are happening. Does that make sense?
How do I serve somebody if the law enforcement can't find it?
Again, so the statute, so it's RCW 7.105. It outlines, there's a section on service, and it talks about ways to serve somebody if personal service has been unsuccessful. There are alternative ways to serve people, for example, by mail. So you can do it that way as well.
How do I serve somebody by mail if the addresses that he's provided multiple occasions?
Right. So I can't really give you advice on how to do that. The statute explains how to do that, though. So I would suggest you go to the statute and read that. But without service on him, we can't proceed. But there are ways for alternative service that are explained in the statute. Okay. Or you can talk to an attorney too. They can sort of guide you through that if you want further explanation on how that works. Okay. But there's still a temporary order in effect. And that will remain in effect. So we'll reset it again for next week.
It's
So
in
there's
effect,
still an order in effect.
but it's not really because he hasn't been served. So how can it be in effect? Don't those orders only take effect once they've executed service?
Affecting you
I
and
think so.
Tricia. So that remains in effect. And then we'll be back on Monday.
Do you want it next week or the following?
If there's no service, oh, so we'll do 2 weeks then.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, so we'll do 2 weeks
The
then.
30th.
Because you need to,
So
once you
March
give
30th.
service.
And again, it's if you go to the statute, there's a whole section on service, and it explains how to serve someone alternatively if personal service is if you're unable to serve them personally because of issues like you're talking about.
Oh,
Right, and
Erica, I'm
there's
sorry to
ways
hear that.
there's ways for alternative service if that's the case. All right, so I'm going to reissue that temporary order and set another hearing for March 30th.
I have had a very busy week. I'm going to have one day off and then I'm back to work for a 6-day week. Plus, I'm going to give a presentation in another city today, or not today, this week. I have a lot going on. I have a lot going on this week. A lot. I'm very tired. I've had like maybe, Judge, and you're pissing me off. I'm gonna be honest, Judge. You're slow, and it's killing me. A YouTuber better than I would cut all this shit out, but I don't have time. I don't have time. Oh my god.
Is he able to get a copy of this? Yeah. Okay, so we'll get you a copy of this. Reissuance of the temporary order and scheduling the next hearing. So we'll give you a copy here today so you can leave with it.
And he'll need to go.
Okay.
Now another pause.
Your petition in? Yeah, so that'll be there. So but there's the reissued temporary order. All right, thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
I need to check in at the counter that's open. I'll let them know that. There's a counter with a clerk at it. You'll go there and then they'll let the civil unit know to open
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
My caffeine
All right,
hasn't
and
kicked
then
in
the
yet.
case that I won't end up hearing, I want to make sure folks are here. Do we have Tricia Malone present? All right, and then Tiffany Hagan. I think I saw.
I'm here.
on Zoom. All right, so you're both here, and I know Ms. Hagan was here last time as well. We just needed more time for service. All right, so for that case, again, we have what's called a judge pro tem who's going to cover that case today, since I'm recused. Let them know that one's
Wahoo!
there.
Nice to see you. Hi, Ronnie.
All right, and let's see, do we have Destiny
Bannable
Ellis?
judges? Do you think
Destiny
you would
Ellis is
add him to
present.
the Smash
Damien
list, madam?
Grenke? Is that you? Okay.
He's on your Smash list?
Alicia Bristow. And Josiah Chamberlain. I guess that's you. All right.
I'm Paisley.
All right, and so both parties have petitions against each other, are also named as respondents to each other. It doesn't look like there hadn't necessarily been proper service in any of the cases, but everybody is here. And so if everyone is okay going forward today, we can. If folks would like more time as well, we can do that.
I believe that the police station served them on March 2nd. I'm not entirely sure. That just we called them and they notified us that they did serve them that day.
They did serve us. We were not.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
See?
Do you know
noticed
how
that.
to, are you able to serve them now? Do you have,
The service date.
okay. All right, have you been served already or you have not been served? Okay.
I didn't know about being served.
Okay, all right, so yeah, so we can do that. You have the service packet with you.
I do have the
All right.
service packet with me. I also have the police report that I would like to add to the service packet. As
Yeah.
additional evidence.
Okay, yeah, everything you want to rely on at the hearing, you'll need to serve them with copies. And so you can do personal service. It has to be from an adult who's not a party to the case. And Bobby, I'm guessing, are you her mother? Okay, you're not a party to the case. You are referenced in the case though. So my recommendation, well, can't give you legal advice, but it has to be a non-party adult if you want to do personal service.
You can do a red potato salad or
Use of the police report here in the courthouse and serve him while they're in the courthouse, is that a doable thing?
If you find an adult who's not a party to the case, then yes. But I would recommend there's a proof of service that will need to be filled out by whoever does service. And so you'll want to make sure that that person kind of understands the requirements for serving somebody.
Yeah, I just didn't know if the sheriff's department could assist with something like that.
They can, yeah, so you can go talk to the sheriffs. I mean, they're here in this building, so you can talk to them. They're able to, the gentleman who was here earlier is working with law enforcement on personal service. So you are able to do that, yeah, okay. But so we won't go forward with either case today. All of the petitions stem from the same allegations, and so we'll want to hear everything at once. You folks are entitled to service, so we're not going to go forward today until you've had a chance to see everything.
oh my god, Judge.
And so what we'll do then is, but in these cases, go at it. Yeah. Where you received mail. Ms. Ellis and Mr. Grinke, if you don't have any questions, why don't you come on up here? We've got your reissuance of the temporary order and the order setting the next hearing. And then I'll ask that you all head out first, and that way we can
Get
avoid
out.
folks leaving at the same time.
You want us to wait?
No, you're free to go. Well,
Hi, Courtney. Also, you could do
okay.
roasted red potatoes, or you could do just like a really rustic mash, but serve it my way, which is with all the accoutrement that you would normally have with a baked potato, like sour cream and chives and bacon and butter and beans if you're British. That's what I sort of want for dinner. Potatoes.
I would suggest if you do that, maybe waiting outside if you could, just in case they may elect to serve another way. But yeah, and that would be good of you if you were if you're waiting around to be served, but I don't know how they want to do service, so that makes sense. Are you handing them anything else?
Oh, well, how
Okay,
can she
you-
just
there you go. Thank you
acknowledge
both.
service on the record?
All right,
Roasted
and
potatoes
then
are good, but I think
if
yellow
Ms.
potatoes are better.
Bristow and Mr. Chamberlain, if you want to come up, we have the order setting the next hearing. So that's right here. And then you can check in with your mother. I think she's over at the sheriff's department with you
Your
there.
mother.
But you're free to go as well.
Thank you very much.
I
Thank you
bought
both.
bacon ends the other day, like which is like the end pieces of the bacon. Oh my god, I'm gonna make. Maybe I'll
All right.
make bacon potatoes.
Next, do we have Neil Weatherhead?
Present, Your Honor.
All right. How about Wilbur Sarbury?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's you. Okay.
I just had one question.
Mhm.
I was served Saturday, 7
Right.
PM, so I submitted stuff this morning.
Okay.
As well as I have a few witnesses. If that'll be allowed, then I'm fine.
Ooh, Bill, I'll have to look. Maybe
Okay.
I did, maybe I
Yeah,
didn't.
I mean that's well, let's see. So I do see exhibits uploaded today. Mr. Weatherhead, Mr. Is it
Now I need to get crackers
Sarbury?
'cause I'm
Sarbury,
hungry.
yes.
Sarbury has uploaded some responsive documents. Have you had a chance to review those?
I have not, Your Honor.
Okay. So it sounds like everyone's been served. Everyone's uploaded everything they need to upload. For similar reasons that, a respondent needs the proper amount of time to review documents that a petitioner has filed. If the respondent files documents as well, the petitioner needs time to review those. Since looks like proof of service was only filed recently, it's understandable that you filed responsive documents recently if you were only served recently. But Mr. Weatherhead will need time to review what you've filed as well before we have the hearing. So at this point, it's not just you that we need comfortable with proceeding today, given the late notice. We also need the petitioner because he'll need a chance to review those responsive documents too before moving forward. Does that make sense?
Is, could you ask if he can see them now or you have to give him the service?
Yeah. We have a 5-day notice. That's why people are supposed to provide notice to the other side, in advance. We want to give folks at least 5 days to review everything that's been filed, so they have a chance to review it, take it in, understand it, prepare a response. We don't like to do things kind of immediate in real time. That's not enough notice. And so before we make decisions on whether to grant or deny full protection orders, we want to make sure people have the benefit of everything that's been filed.
Straws, right?
So I understand it sounds like you've got witnesses on Zoom, but what we're going to do is we're going to reset it to next Monday so that everyone has a chance to review all the documents that have been filed. Okay. So we'll do that. So we'll reset it to Monday.
Your Honor, if I may request a temporary order, since I've filed this petition, Mr. Sarbury has continued to harass me every single day.
Okay. No, we're not gonna do anything on a temporary order today. We're just gonna reset the hearing for Monday.
Right, Your Honor.
I love bread so much. I love it in cracker form. This is toasted snack bread. It's fucking delicious. I could house probably 2 bags of those if I wanted. But, well, no, if I didn't care. I do want to. I want to. I care. And that's why I only buy them one at a time now, because I would eat 2 of them. They're delicious. It's like my version of chips. I don't like chips very much, but I love baguette crisps. Maybe it's because I'm fancy. I'm a fancy bitch. Spoiler alert, I'm not. Also, who got lots of snow? Please be careful. In the snow and the rain and the hurricane and the tornadoes, please.
On the papers that I were served, and I believe at the very bottom, it says there were 4 additional documents that were attached, but I'm unable to see them. I'm not sure if that's just the little depictions of firearms or if there was additional documents, but I'm unable to see any additional things that were uploaded by
Okay.
Mr.
Let's see.
We love us some Parmigiano Reggiano. Apparently, I've heard.
Okay. I'm just checking to see if, I don't believe there have been any additional exhibits outside of the petition itself, but what you can do, sir, is once you leave the courtroom here, over on the left, there's a window that says Civil Department. You can ask them for the full packet to see if there's anything else that has been filed in addition to the petition itself. I don't believe there's anything else, but you can confirm that with the folks at the Civil Department there.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so for the witnesses who are here today for this case, I appreciate you being here. We are going to reset it to Monday just so that everyone has a chance to review everything that's been filed before we have the hearing itself. So everyone is welcome back. It will be the same courtroom, same way you logged in today. It'll just be a week from today at 9 o'clock. All right. Thank you both.
If I eat
Oh,
the
yes,
whole
and you can
bag,
go
there's
ahead and take
only
this,
like 520 calories.
order setting hearing, and then
That's not
Mr.
bad.
Weatherhead, you can get a copy of that order setting hearing. Service is completed, nothing more you have to do with that document. And if you have any issues reviewing the exhibits filed by the respondent, contact the Civil Department.
Yes, Your Honor. It'll be the same time as today.
Yes, that's right. All right, and we'll see you back then. All right, Amanda Maddox.
Present, Your Honor.
All right.
I went to school with a lot of them.
And do we have Creona Mott?
Not so many Creole Mott. Is that what they said? What he said?
Let's see. All right, so Miss Maddox, I see you filed proof of service, but it looks like you mailed notice to Miss Mott. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So service by mail is allowed, but only after there's been unsuccessful attempts at personal or electronic service. And so the statute outlining all of this, again, I can't really give you legal advice on how to serve someone, but what I can tell you is mailed notice is not allowed until there's been kind of proof that personal or electronic service is unsuccessful. So that doesn't count as proper service at this point, which means that we're gonna not gonna deny your petition or anything like that. We're gonna reset the hearing and give you some more time to conduct service. So we'll give you another 2 weeks. Again, if you check out the statute, it's listed on the petition you filed, but it's RCW 7.105. There's a whole section there on service, and it talks about ways to serve somebody, and the ways you have to try to personally or electronically serve someone before you can ask the court for service by mail, if that makes sense.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Sure.
Thank you for explaining that. I sent a declaration in on Thursday. I'm not sure if it was filed, but I'm running into issues serving her. She is currently going back and forth between Forks, Washington, and Yelm. I knew the residence that she was at, and we sent multiple people over or came over multiple times to serve her. I didn't, but her car was there and she refused to answer. So that was the reason that I ended up mailing it. And because I don't know, and unfortunately, financially, I can't afford to have both county sheriffs or processors trying to find her. but she wouldn't come to the door. So that is why I just tried the certified mail as a means of showing
Okay.
effort.
So you filed that on Thursday, you said?
Yes, I did. I filed a declaration along with some more evidence about about something I brought up in the petition.
Okay. So it doesn't look like we received, the last thing that we received here at court was on last Tuesday on the 10th, which was that proof of service by mail.
Just
Okay.
wanted to receive it in the body of the email so we could take it. So she'll get an email from us.
Oh, okay. Does it go into the attempts at personal service? I only ask because if maybe we could just take this, I want to.
Chicken Alfredo sounds fucking delicious. Now that I want that. Not allowed to say what, Maybell. YouTube Daddy's been strict lately.
Yeah, could you just, I want to take a look at it just to see what we can. It's just as far as next steps, as far as service. So it looks like we do have some information. I'm going to take a look at it here, Ms. Maddox.
Thank you.
And then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And again, I don't want to provide any kind of legal advice to you, and I haven't seen everything you filed. It may be worth, this is the anti-harassment order calendar, as you're well aware. There may be reasons to talk to the prosecutor in the case with, I believe Michael is the name. So as far as attempts to contact you about that case,
I've been in contact.
Okay.
I've been in contact
All
with him, and he was the one that suggested I go this route because of
Okay,
the
so the prosecutor in Michael's case is aware of what's happening as well?
Yes.
Okay, all right,
Yes.
I just wanted to check in with you about that too.
Yes.
So that's good, okay, all right.
Now, thank you for the reminder, Courtney. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? I'm so lost without it. I don't know what to do. I really don't doubt it. Judge, you have to be faster than this.
Super enlarged.
No wonder this is a 2-hour docket. I thought we were gonna get juicy fucking
So,
shit.
Ms. Maddox, what we're gonna do is,
Have to resend it.
yeah, so we're having some trouble with the formatting of it. If you could resend what you filed.
Okay.
And the reason I want to figure out what she's done is to see if she has demonstrated unsuccessful personal service twice. Then I'm curious if. Well, here's the other thing, Ms. Maddox. Again, look at the statute. Actually a preferred way of serving folks is electronically.
Yes, Your
and
Honor. I had looked at
understand.
that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I had looked at that, and I was under the impression that I couldn't do that unless it was like prior approved. But I wasn't even sure with the certified mail. The individual who's been assisting me in service is on Zoom as well. So we have been trying. I just wasn't sure what would be court approved. And again, I filed that to demonstrate that I have been attempting, and then we just kind of did the mail.
All right. So, yeah, so I'm looking at this, and I'll just read it out to you. And I'm looking at RCW 7.1 and COVID.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And
Jump scare from Jennifer.
Are you Jennifer Binford Brown or are you Tiffany Butler?
No, I am I am here for Tiffany Bueller. My name is Jennifer Binford Brown. I am a witness in the petition. Tiffany Bueller is currently unable to attend court. She is in the hospital at the moment. So I'm hoping that we can postpone this. And given the circumstances of the order and the last time she was in the hospital, the respondent ignored or still came to the hospital. I'm hoping until she's able to attend a meeting herself that you can file a temporary protection order to protect her while she's in the hospital in her vulnerable state.
Um,
It's on her
Praise.
left ankle.
Praise. Oh my God, is she at the hospital right now? Praise Jesus, Courtney. Your power back on. Love it. I'm really worried about all y'all without power or lights or anything. That's not good.
all right. I just reviewed the petition. So what we can do is I'm not going to. So she's not present. Sounds like there's some circumstances there. The doesn't look like we've had any proof that the respondent has been served as well. So there needs to be service on the respondent still. So we'll set another hearing in light of the petitioner being in the hospital. I'm not going to issue a temporary protection order at this point. I think I reviewed this previously. In order to get a temporary protection order, there needs to be proof of irreparable injury or imminent harm. I think based on what's been alleged here, I think there's grounds for setting a hearing, but not necessarily a temporary protection order at this point, especially without the petitioner, frankly, present. But that said, I'm not going to deny the petition given the petitioner is not here. We're just going to reset that hearing. But she will need to serve the respondent because there hasn't been any service at this point.
We gave that to, she gave that to sheriff's department on Thursday to have them serve her.
Okay. All right. Well, that just hasn't happened yet. So we wouldn't be able to move forward today anyway.
Okay.
But it sounds like you're working with law enforcement on service. So that's great. Just that's a way to do it. So we're going to reschedule it for March 30th.
Okay.
And there'll be a order scheduling hearing about the protection order. The updated one here is filed today. So that notice will need to get to the respondent as well.
Okay. And if the respondent shows up at the hospital?
There's not a temporary order in place, so they're allowed to do that, but there needs to be service on the respondent before there's a hearing.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Call the police
Okay,
then, ma'am,
thank you.
if you're that worried about it.
All right, you're free to go. Okay, so we just went through several cases there. I see Neil Weatherhead still on. You're welcome to stay, but again, we reset your hearing unless you had a question. And Ollie's the pro temp today. He was over in courtroom 1. Do you know who the clerk is over there?
No.
Okay. Because I think we've only got one other case before is needed. Okay. Okay. And I can take the case. Okay. All right. So what we'll do is the pro tem judge, he's doing some extra work for us today. So he's in 2 courtrooms. He's still over in courtroom 1. So what we'll do is we'll hear the case that I'm able to hear first, and I appreciate everyone's patience as we wait for the pro tem judge to get here for the Malone Hagan matter. So Ms. Hagan, I see you on Zoom, so hang tight. We're going to get the judge in here shortly to hear your matter. And in the meantime, we'll start with Kayleen Golden and Tyler Lori. Sorry, I keep mispronouncing your name. I believe you're both on Zoom. But before we get to the specifics of your case, I do want to, for the benefit of all parties, kind of go over a roadmap for the hearings today. Mr. Lori and Ms. Golden, I see you on Zoom, and as well Ms. Hagan, if you want to just make sure that you can hear me, okay, because I'm going to go over some of the roadmap from today.
Look at that neck
Mr. Lori has activated his camera. Ms. Golden, are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Where's your picture, Kayleen?
Okay, so we're here because a petitioner has requested an anti-harassment protection order. And what I want to do is begin with the legal definition of unlawful harassment, because there is a sort of that appears designed will get heated, or people say, I would never want to hear from you again, things of that nature.
Sorry, I had to skip
you know,
it.
what we're looking for the courts to get involved is, has there been clear notice that all further contact is unwanted and contact persists despite that, in a way where, again, that further contact is not initiated by the petitioner. Finally, we look at whether the behavior of the respondent has that. These are from the party.
We gotta go till they. What the fuck happened?
Going to actually begin with the case I'm recused on, because we do have a party here in person and the pro tem judge is ready to go. So I'm going to step off and go get the pro tem judge, and then we will proceed with Tricia Malone and Tiffany Hagan.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Tiffany. If I was Creed and Mikey, that would get a boob drop. Wouldn't this get a boob drop? Here we go.
Yes,
Raise their hand.
Yes, Your Honor.
Has been served. Ms. Malone, are you ready to proceed with your petition? Yes, sir. Okay.
Do you both want to raise your right hand? Ms. Hagan also, do you swear from the testimony that you'll be giving today will be truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
The petitioner first. Go ahead, Malone.
For a start, I just know that Ms. Hagan has been kind of harassing me continually through third party, through other vendors, and I have a mermaid school that I run, and she has been using my name and telling these potential people that I've already been talking to that she is running my, I want to say promotions is the word I'm looking for.
Your mermaid business?
Trying to get us gigs when that's not, in fact, she's not an employee. She's just somebody that I had as a friend helping out, and that's how she paid for her certification, is by kind of helping me out when I certified her as a mermaid. And I heard from several vendors that I had been.
Whoa, we need to back it up a second. Do we remember that the other judge, Judge Paz, had to recuse himself because he knows one of the mermaids? Is that what I'm deducing? Is that what I'm deducing here? Did he rent a mermaid? And also, she certifies mermaids? What's your accreditation, ma'am?
In contact with, that she went behind my back and told them that she was setting up the gigs for us and got the gigs in her name. And then I went to contact them, and they're like, oh, well, we already get, when I said, hey, I haven't heard from you about this gig. Oh, well, we already gave your company the gig. And I'm like, no, I'm the owner of the company. And they go, well, we gave it to Miss Hagan. And I was like, oh, it was Rose Downs is what they said. And I'm like, but she's not an employee.
So give me a little bit information on what this company is that you're referring to.
I run a mermaid school.
Mermaid school?
Yes.
How does that work?
I'm certified through the Professional Association of Diving Instructors. I'm required to have a business license and my own insurance. They require all that. Aside of, I work for the YMCA, so they have insurance on me, but I have to provide my own and the business license. And when I go and try and get gigs at Renaissance festivals and fairs and private gigs and such, and if they come to me and say, somebody comes to me and say, hey, I need a couple mermaids for this show, I will go to my community of mermaids and mermaids that I have certified. And I will say, okay, this person's looking for this in particular. I gave them a bunch of pictures, their backgrounds, and I will be like, they picked you and they picked you. And I will say, this is what I'm offering to pay you, as the owner of the company. And if they accept it, great, we set it up, and then they are paid through, through my company to do, I'm gonna say like a 1099. They're their own contractor, but because they're not a full employee. And I just set it up to where they're doing the gig, because certain people are looking for certain types of mermaids, and I may not be their type. They may want a long-haired, as Tiffany, redhead. They may want a really skinny person. They want a man, who I have a few mermen on my roster that I can use. So we get these gigs. Well, I've heard back from a few companies that Miss Hagan has gone, after I've contacted these people, has gone in and said, oh yes, I'm working for Ono Wahine, which is my company, and I'm trying to get these gigs set up. And then she's booking the gigs for herself privately and getting paid privately. She said, oh yes, I'm working for Ono Wahine, which is my company, and I'm trying to get these gigs set up. And then she's booking the gigs for herself privately and getting paid privately through these companies. One of them was the
at some
Thurston
point,
County
Ms. Haggett
Fairgrounds.
was in your employ as
She
a-
was not an employee ever. She was just a volunteer.
Okay.
Just somebody that came in as a volunteer. And we had an agreement that she would volunteer and help me out as payment, kind of like I do certifications for mermaid certifications through Patty. And in order to get her certification, she kind of like, I'm gonna say, just kind of volunteered her time to help me out. And I just kind of comped what my fee would be. And she paid the Patty portion, because Patty has their own fees to do the certification papers. So she just kind of helped me out. But she was never a paid employee. And I never said she was, and I didn't, she was going out getting gigs for these, supposedly getting gigs for these people. She would, I guess, send them letters in my behalf, which I've never seen the letters. I never approved of any letters. I've been contacting these companies, and there's a couple that we have lost out on because she has gone behind my back using my information. And now my name is blacklisted because of, so I'm losing money because, and I'm losing gigs, professional gigs, because I have somebody using my name saying that they're, oh yes, this is Ona Wahine, she's insured, and they're getting the gigs for themselves under my name. So when the lady at the Thurston County Fairgrounds, when I contacted her, she was under the understanding through Tiffany that she worked for me, but she didn't. So she gave her the gig, assuming that it was my company, with the assumption that it was my insurance, my business license, but I had no knowledge. And after I talked to Kristen personally, because I don't like dealing with text and email, I said, let me call you. Let's explain the situation. Let's see what's going on. I said, please contact me, as I'm the business owner. I don't want you dealing with somebody else that's not an employee. So she started dealing with me direct. And that's when she explained to me that Tiffany had gone to her and used my name, used my company to get herself a gig for tomorrow, actually. And
so your company, where is that company located? Is that in your?
my company home is based in Rochester, but I am based at the YMCA, at Briggs YMCA. I work for the company and I run my school through them. And I run my school through all of Washington.
Okay. So your allegation that she was using your name to get those gigs.
Correct.
Were those, which county were those in?
It's been Thurston County and what is Seattle, Pierce County, because it was the aquarium up there. Okay. Grays Harbor County with Graves Haven Renaissance Festival, the Portland Zoo also. These are different companies that the Children's Museum downtown, the Yacht Club downtown, the Grays Harbor Boat Festival, and the Grays Harbor, the one we did, Harbor Days.
So you're saying that she used your company's good name, your insurance information, and then got basically the contracts for her.
Was trying to get them for her. She got a couple for herself, and then I lost out on the others because of all the drama. They didn't want to deal with us.
Did you contact law enforcement for your identity being used?
I had tried to, but they said I had to just do this. So I contacted him and they said, well, there's nothing we can do. It's a civil matter. So that's why I took it to this. One of my mermen has been harassed continuously as third party because of this whole issue. He's here with me as a witness.
So when you're referring to a
Merman!
you're
Did you
referring to
hear
a
that? There's
person,
a merman.
that human being that acts like that for an exhibition?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, for shows, for right now, we're doing a show at the Mermaid Museum and we're there.
So you said that you have just made their allegations that she has used those. Are there any documentation to prove all
The
this?
document that I have from the Thurston County Fairgrounds is the text that I received that says that, because I didn't have, like I said, I talked to her in person because I wanted to know what's going on, and I don't like the paper of, like with texting, things get misconstrued. So I wanted to physically talk to her and say what happened. You know, it's easier for me to say on paper and it's just somebody says, oh, well, that's not what it was. It's easier for me to talk to somebody in person. The lady at the fairgrounds has letters that says she's calling Rose to discuss it, send her information, and that she's said that somebody was threatening her, but there wasn't a threat to her. It was basically, it was Mermaid Orion. The only threat was, if you don't leave us alone and stop using my information, you will be sued. That was the threat.
Who made that threat to who?
Orion. And so she wanted to clearly speak to me before, and I was working, so I didn't get the message. And then it came back that I said, from using my business name to gain jobs, the casino, etc. I'm trying to find the one that she says, I will give you a call, and that's when I physically talked to her. She goes, her one thing is, by the way, I received a visit from Rose on Monday at work. Oh, this was me. She visited me at work without my permission while I was teaching. And she showed up trying to discuss everything that was going on. And her stating that you and her talked almost daily and you two are very good friends. I said I had purposely not responded to any text. I wanted it to go away. I wasn't trying to do any of this. I just wanted her to leave me alone. Leave my business alone, leave me alone, leave. She's hurting my business. I just wanted it to be gone and be done. So I ignored her. She showed up at my work. I almost got fired because she also sent threatening letters she sent under different names. She sent letters to the YMCA about the letters that Orion said about protecting me, leave me alone. And I almost got fired because they thought I was involved in it. And so I got called in the office and they said, do you know what's going on? And I explained, I said, because we've received several letters regarding some things that are really disturbing. And I said, and before they even told me who it was, I said, let me guess, either Rose Downs, Mermaid Lava, or Tiffany Hagan. And he looks at me and goes, yes. And I said, it's the same person under 3 different aliases. And that's what she's been doing to these different companies, is going under different aliases, using my information, trying to get jobs, showing up at my work, contacting multiple mermaid friends of mine. One I have a letter from that she immediately contacted her and was harassing her. It's like, no, I have to step back as a friend because of things that are going on. And I don't want her contacting the people that I work, mermaids that I've used in the past, or any of my people that I know that are mermaids that I could say, hey, I might want to use you for a gig. They aren't going to want to work with me because of all the harassment, because it was constant emails and texts and phone calls back and forth. I never went to anybody when there was an issue. I was just trying to let it go and leave it alone. I didn't go to my friends. I didn't go to Orion. I didn't go to anybody. I just let it be. I started getting all these phone calls from all these different people, including the lady at the fairgrounds, saying, what is going on? Why are we getting all these harassing phone calls and constant texts, and from Orion and Mermaid Koi and Mermaid Jess? And the lady at the fairgrounds in Grace Haven, they were getting all of these messages and all of these emails, my work.
When you're saying they were getting, it's the third parties, other
The
people.
third party, and they aren't going to want to work with me because they're being harassed about a situation that had nothing to do with them. If that makes sense, if they're being harassed about me through them, they're not going to want to work with me, which is hurting my business. I'm losing jobs. That's my income. I've already lost out with the Seattle Aquarium. Will not work with us anymore because of this issue. The Portland Zoo, the Children's Museum downtown, which I have worked there before, the Yacht Club, the Boat Festival.
Where are all these people putting mermaids?
Harbor Days.
I thought they were in
and the
water.
fairgrounds. And
Did
I
they bring
finally
their own
got that one
water?
straightened around where I might have a gig, but I did lose out on a different gig with her because of Tiffany. I can't be harassed. She also has been stalking me and Orion Bolt on Facebook. She blocked everybody as soon as everything happened and she got served. She blocked everybody. She turned down her social media. Nobody, everything's done. Everybody was blocked. She can find me. She can unblock for a minute, find me, and then reblock. I don't go into her stuff, so I have no idea what's going on. I don't care what she does. I just want her to leave me alone. But she found out that my father died. I didn't tell her. And she's going around telling other people.
You told me in your protection order.
And I didn't say anything. My father was sick. But I never told anybody except for I made a post on my Facebook.
The
that
mermaid
said, my
spoke.
father has passed. So the only way that she would know personally is if she was stalking me and going through my
false
stuff to
mermaid.
find that out.
Fake
Because I'm not telling her I wasn't talking
You
to her.
said she turned off her media and she.
All of her
blocked
social
you?
media got turned down. Her Instagram,
How
her
is that
Facebook,
harassing
her,
you?
huh?
How is her blocking her social media as in harassment to you?
No, I didn't say that was harassment. I'm just saying that she turned it off as she didn't want me to see what she's posting. I don't know if she's posting bad things about me. I do know that she's going to everybody and telling them personal stories about what she believes that she wants to believe about the company. I'm not going to these people. I'm not going to anybody. They're messaging me or calling me and saying, what is going on? This Tiffany person has been constantly calling me and texting me, and they're like, I don't want to be involved in this. And I'm like, I don't want you to be involved in it. I don't know. I didn't say anything to them because I didn't want this to escalate into this. I just wanted it to disappear. So I had, like I said, I had ignored her for 3 days after I found out what she did at the fairgrounds. And then I found out with I started calling and saying what's going on to these different festivals. And they told me what was going on with her using my name and using my company name and saying that she had the insurance and that we were covered. And I'm like, I don't think that's okay. It hurts my
Earlier
business.
You mentioned, you said that she has been stalking you. Can you give me examples of how she was stalking?
She's been telling everybody about the incident on New Year's. There was her and another mermaid worked the New Year's gig at the Tileo Casino. And there was
Did
an
y'all hear about the
incident
New Year's
that,
gig?
and I was there the entire time supervising. So I had 2 mermaids and me standing in between, watching everything that is going on. This is New Year's Eve. This is at a casino. People are extremely drunk and
Has Creed seen
our mermaids are
mermaids? We need to make a note to ask Creed if he has seen mermaids in a casino before. This is funny. Oki's hanging out. Sorry, kids. Movie night has to wait. We got to find out what happens to the mermaids.
wearing tails and they're put in chairs almost in a pathway. One of the men that was extremely drunk came in, tripped over her tail and fell on her. He got up, he apologized. She told me what happened. I had eyes on her the entire night. I was over there helping. We also had another man come over and stand next to her to help escort people around her. I talked to security. I informed them of what happened. My other mermaid that was there was a
It just
witness
takes them a
that
while
that
to
happened
get
one
used
time.
to
When
a
I
new
confronted her, I
place.
asked her.
Casey Carey, you know what you can do? Just make sure that there's fresh water. Don't worry too much about it. And maybe if you have some peanut butter and the dogs allow peanut butter, then I would take a bowl and just like smear a bowl with it. Maybe some mashed banana. Just a little distractibility. And also, or you could make a chew toy with an old towel and put some kibble in it at different intervals, tie it in a big knot, like all the way through, and then give it to the dog and let it chew through. And get it unknotted and figure it out. I call those popzels. A little popzel.
About it, and because Tiffany was causing drama towards what was going on with the other mermaid, just kept spam texting her and calling her after the event. And I had thought I had taken care of the situation. I was literally there the whole time watching the whole event. Nothing else happened. After the event was over, she contacted the event director instead of coming back to me and said it happened several times. I knew about the one incident. I took care of the incident. And that was it. It was done. I informed the security. I assume the security informed the event director because of what happened. Apparently that didn't happen. So I contacted the event director. The event director told me that Tiffany had gone to her behind my back and told her that it happened several times, which in fact it didn't. I was there the whole time watching, so I knew it didn't. And said, well, I'm not going to press charges, or I'm not going to sue. And she ended up getting a free night stay and some gambling money from it, from what I understand. Kind of like, I want to say extortion's not the word I'm looking for, but she went to that person and then took it to the other, to Mermaid Koi, who had nothing to do with New Year's, absolutely nothing. She had messaged her, and that's in here, that Koi had just sent me a little, an email that said what happened. She blocked Rose because she kept getting harassed by her. She did say that. She wouldn't stop calling and texting her about the incident on New Year's that had nothing to do with her. Mermaid Jess, the other mermaid that was there New Year's, kept getting texts and calls from her, and she wants to stay Switzerland. She said, she goes, I saw the one's incident, never happened again. I don't want to be in the middle of any of the drama. I just want to stay out of it. I respect that. I don't want my business to suffer, and it has.
Thank you. I understand your position now. I may have few more questions, but let me hear from Ms. Hagan now.
Okay, I do have my witness if you have any questions for him. He did do some police reports about the stalking and
You have explained enough. I don't see any reason.
Okay,
This
I
is
wanted to
getting
give that option if it
denied.
was necessary.
Thank you, Ms. Malone.
Ma'am,
Ms.
I
Hagan,
wouldn't
go
say
ahead.
too much. You can only fuck
Hello, Your
yourself at
Honor.
this point.
So in June of 2025, I became an affiliate with the Port of Olympia. I decided one day while walking around the harbor with my family, we needed some kind of children's entertainment down at the port, and I believed that mermaids would be a great, accessible, entertaining event for parents to come to. It would be a great opportunity for families of low income to have access to quality educational entertainment in our city for free. I met with the Port of Olympia's market managing and advertising guy. His name's Tabor Lee. We decided that if I could find someone who had the equipment to throw a mermaid show at Olympia Harbor Days in August of 2025, that the city would allow me to do it. It was a big public effort. We were all learning about permits, water usage, water access in our city. How are we all going to make this happen? And it was honestly one of the most warm community efforts that I've been embraced by since moving to Olympia, Washington. I found Trish Malone, and in July started helping her build her mermaid tank, where I have helped with painting it, the cost of the paint, pieces for the mermaid tank. And I spent time doing physical labor, like she said, in exchange for my PADI certification. Instead of making payments for the classes she provides, I was helping her build the tank, and then I would be performing with her in the summer and helping her again inside of her classes at the YMCA. That began in July. August was Olympia Harbor Days. That was the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. I performed with her for free. She was allowed the spot at Harbor Days for free by the nonprofit organization. And we were allowed to have water access thanks to the Port of Olympia covering the service fees for us. It was a lovely show. It was honestly some of the most beautiful memories that I'll ever have. And I can't wait to continue to do that with my life. I think that that's my calling. Now, moving forward, I'm starting to volunteer in these classes where Miss Malone teaches at the YMCA. This is where things become a legal issue because Patty, who is the scuba board nationally that you get certified to scuba dive, free dive, and mermaid dive through, they have regulations that have to be met. And the witness that Trish brought today, how she said right before I began to speak, they had filed their own protection order against me that was denied by Kitsap County. Now, we're both volunteers at this establishment. Neither one of us get paid to do this. We're in the pool with these children, teaching them how to swim with their legs bound in a mermaid tail. However, I was new. I didn't have any kind of regulation from Patty to be certified or qualified to be in the water with these children. It's seen as a danger. I'm also not certified or qualified in lifeguard training through the YMCA or anyone else. And after I found out that I was breaking laws, rules, standards of national scuba, certification, I contacted Patty and I reached out to them and I said, I would like to understand what I'm legally allowed to do in the water and what I am not allowed to do, because I don't want to lose my certification to continue my career because I'm being misguided by the person I'm trusting to provide me a service. I made that phone call February 9th. That was the last day I saw Trish Malone. And that was my 30th birthday. So I thought seeing my friend would be something that would be all right. We had the protection order and the harsh words from her witness happen. She told me weeks before that her father was on hospice. I did not know her father had died until I received it in her own handwriting on her protection order. And let's see, on the 30th, I went up to the YMCA. I hugged Trish and I said, hey, nobody's words are more important than yours. If you didn't say it to me, I don't believe it. I wanted to make sure we are okay. I know that you're going through a hard time with grief. I'm here for you, my friend. And then I left. And then I, on the 11th, I find out that Orion, her witness, had filed that protection order. On the 12th, it's denied by Kitsap County, and on the 19th, it arrives at my house. And I'm shocked by the contents.
Talk about that. That's not relevant. That's a different issue in a different court. So
Yes, sir.
continue with what Ms. Malone has alleged.
Yes, sir. So on the 21st of February, I get a phone call from the Olympia Police Department alleging that an employee at the YMCA is saying that I'm contacting their work to harass them. But when I received that protection order, the reason that I bring it up is because I was accused of a crime in that protection order that happened allegedly inside of the YMCA facility. Now, I reach out to the YMCA and I say, hey, I was accused of a crime here by one of your employees. May I please have the video surveillance footage to prove that I did not commit this crime? YMCA tells me you have to file an incident report and a police report. We're not allowed to give that footage to civilians. So I do. And that's when Miss Malone has said I'm contacting her work and harassing her. That was implications of the YMCA due to the accusations that were made by her and her friend in the protection order at Kitsap County. And that protection order, they say I made threats, that I was yelling and screaming and endangering children, which is a big deal when your job is surrounded by providing a safe, entertaining space for children. The police department, as of the 25th of February, hadn't maintained that footage. They weren't able to go get it yet. I don't know if they've obtained it since, but as of right now, I don't have access to it. If you guys do, that's unbeknownst to me. But that's why I'd reached out. But on the 9th of February, I blocked all social media accounts that had anything to do with the petitioner, the petitioner's friends, or family. On the 10th of February, I announced publicly on social media that I would no longer have affiliation with the company. And then I've had nothing to do with either party, anyone from the school. I let the people I was working with know, like she mentioned, I had reached out to other mermaids. I let the people that I was working with know we're no longer going to be working together, but I'm still your friend, nothing wrong between us. I'm just going to part ways. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not illegal. There were also people mentioned, like Irish Fest, Thurston County. She didn't mention the fact that it was an Irish festival, and clearly by looking at me, sir, I think you can tell my genealogy is definitely Irish. The festivals that I'm working with are 501c3 nonprofit organizations. I will not be receiving compensation. This is a gift of love to my community, out of my husband's pocket, out of my free will and free time, out of my passion, that I'm providing for free. I have a handwritten affidavit you may have in the room with you now. I saw my husband had entered the courtroom yesterday at the event. She's wrong about that too. The event's not tomorrow. It was yesterday. I was a mermaid for free, talking to kids about ocean conservation. And that was strictly because of my heritage. I was reclaiming my heritage, making my redheaded grandmother proud, to keep hold of something that is dying, my culture. And that's not wrong either. And it's certainly not something
Mermaids.
that I'm ashamed of or feel remorse or regret for, because I had a good time and those children had a good time. No one got hurt. And I'm so sorry, but her company is a Hawaiian themed mermaid company. The next festival that she's speaking of, the one that she's saying that she lost out on, it's Cascadia Ren Fair. Cascadia Ren Fair is a Gaelic and Celtic style fair where their actors actually learn how to speak Gaelic because it's a dying language, teach it to their kids, and do entire shows that are historically accurate in my dead language. That's a beautiful thing. And I've got a handwritten affidavit from the co-director of that Renaissance Festival where she, in her own wording, states that they put out a call to action in the mermaid community, sourcing free mermaids, and the fact that I was Irish was a plus, and that's why I'm being brought on to that project as well. As for the insurance fraud claims, I have not performed for pay since January 1st at the casino that Trish mentioned. She paid me $165 on the 31st at 10:16 p.m. And that was the last form of payment I've received to be a mermaid to date.
$165.
So also saying I wasn't her employee and that I've had nothing to do with her is a little outrageous when we've been in contact since June of 2025. We were in the news together. There's a news article, Jolt News covered Olympia Harbor Days, her mermaid schools, right in written paper. There's proof that for months I've been working with her, and now, I've even had to go through and apologize to the professionals that allow her to do her job, because I was being taught incorrectly. I was being allowed to do things in the water, not only with my own body, but with children that put us all in danger, because I wasn't the one permitted to be in the water. She's an instructor, not me. And I also have, if you don't mind, assistant mermaid instructor, Ono Wahine Iana Mermaid School. Authorized to assist in mermaid classes, supervision, and safety support. It's just a piece of paper because none of that information on the bottom is true. I was not authorized to do any of that legally or otherwise. Not by the facility that houses the school that she provides, not by her business, because I was not qualified and not by the Scuba Association. So
At
I
this
wanted
point,
to.
Ms. Hagan, I'm gonna
Mhm.
stop you from further argument at this point or further testimony. I have pretty good understanding of what is going on here. Before I make
Yes,
my
sir.
ruling, I have a few questions for Ms. Malone.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Malone, when you indicated that she used your name and your insurance and then solicited any contracts, did you file a cease and desist letter of some sort to stop her from doing that?
I physically told her to stop using my name.
Okay. And you said that you have now lost contracts with such as Point Defiance and other entities.
Yes, sir.
Have you considered filing any claim of damages against Ms.?
No, I just want to be
Hagan?
left alone. So I want it to stop so I can just continue with my life and business.
I
I don't like
understand
the
you're
legal
asking
stuff.
for a no contact order, which requires as Commissioner Stowell earlier indicated to all the parties present on Zoom and in seeking this type of relief, what course of conduct means, how it must show that there is an annoyance and a continued harassment to such a degree that it is causing substantial emotional distress to a person, to the petitioner. And then you also indicated earlier that she has been stalking you. You have given me some information, but what I have to find is that that stalking is that harassing conduct is being shown with the intent to frighten, intimidate, or harass in a person knows or reasonably should know that the recipient will be intimidated or harassed. I have had you have provided the information that she blocked social media so you couldn't see, but that is not harassment. That is not a stalking. You also said that she's making contact with third party and they believe they are being harassed. But I still have to make a finding to order a no contact order, which can subject a person to a criminal liability. I have to hear more evidence of continued annoyance, harassment as is listed as elements in the statute. Do you have anything else to add before I make my ruling?
It's just that harassing me through third party, going to the vendors and like I said, was using my good name to make herself look better, I guess is how I can, I
understand with your
saying
situation, and I think it is a complicated situation, but the relief that you should be seeking is not before court for in form of a no contact order, which subjects person to another criminal liability. If you have suffered any losses that can constitute a civil action against a person, you are free to explore into that. But I, at this point, am not finding by preponderance of the evidence that a no contact order is proper based on the evidence before me showing that the conduct is such that it seriously annoys a person, harasses, or is detrimental. It is definitely, I can understand it may have caused you financial losses
and emotional
your
losses, sir.
and emotional distress and maybe reputation loss, but those are called tort law remedies that are available to you. So at this point, I am going to deny your motion. So we are concluded with this matter, and remaining matters will be handled by Commissioner Stowell. I'll sign off on this order.
Yes.
The big D, the big D, the big D between you and me, ladies and gentlemen. Show us the merman. You know what, Oki? I got you. I got you because apparently we have here the article for the love of pod. Where are the rest of the pictures? Just the one picture, I guess. Oh my God. There's a school in Seattle that teaches you how to be a mermaid, and their doors are open to everyone. Oh, is that a video coming up? That's a picture. Not as cool looking in the pool. I'm gonna say it. And I don't see any mermen at this point, and I am not about to Google that live. Sorry, Oki. Sorry. Judge? Judge? You still filling shit out? These judges take so long. Anyways, we'll finalize this case, and that'll be it for tonight. I got a few things I gotta do, but we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Mermaid suits seem dangerous. Seems like a very bad idea to me. It's like living, you know, you're trying, but I don't think it's a very good dream to pursue. No offense to any mermaids, but... And maybe, what am I, a dream killer? Am I a dream killer now? Is that what's happening? Look at her. Oh, look at... Is that a necklace? Is that her chest? Is that her shirt? What is going on? I guess she's a mermaid. That's what's going on, Paisley. Yeah, no kink shaming, Paise. Where's she going? Her tits looked a lot bigger before. Tomorrow will be an earlier one, like 4 p.m. Pacific.
Boxes are fair.
Between 3 and 4 Pacific will start, depending on how much we have. Mermazing. Oh, I like that 007.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you all. Actually, that's great. Yeah, Tiffany, you're out. Tiffany, you're out. Paisley, you're out. People, you're out. It's time to go. Don't shout. Don't pout. It's time for mermaids. Anyways, peace out. Oh, so good, Billy Bud Smith. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Do me a favor. I miss you too, Courtney. Thank you for being here, seriously, though. And do me a favor. Go find out where you can become a mermaid in your area. Let's all become a gang of mermaids. We'll meet together at pools and be mermaids. I know between us we can find a merman out there. Anyways, do me a favor. Remember that I love you and I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye. Fuck. Bye.
Ways down and ready to ride.